see anybody out here. We're slowly connecting. Ooh, that just seems so loud to me. Just kicking it, seeing what we can do. This early, bright and shiny, not even shiny yet, here anyways. So, let's see. Do see if there's anybody out there that's just bored like I am. And I just got my fresh horizon allotment. So if you're out there and want to come in and say hello, do so. Go ahead and join me on stream. For the most part, that's possible too. Okay, I'm connected to Facebook, but it doesn't show me connected really to YouTube. That's weird. Or just saying 0 period. Okay. So yeah, if there's anybody out there, please say hello. Here. Sticking it, hanging out. If you're out there, say hello, especially on the YouTube side. You're just not giving me information. Like, I don't even know if you even streaming to these. Are you even there on the YouTube side? Might cause feedback to myself here. Try not to. Okay, that shows live. All right. So I'm live over there. Just Restream doesn't want to push the numbers. Well, what numbers? Big fat goose egg. Oh, let's see. I probably like goose eggs myself. Yep. Now it shows. Alrighty then. Not a whole lot to sit here and talk about. Well, talk about different things, but Christmas just around the corner. So everybody's asleep. Well, that ain't gonna work. Uh, Sleep is good when you can get it. Knows me. If you want to come in and hang out for a few, go ahead. She already has the link. If not, reach out to me. I'll give you the link. No, I know I ain't got much content. Actually, I want to be more about hanging out, anyways. At least on this channel. I could talk about some VA nonsense, although I think I mentioned it a little bit on my last live. But still don't have community care. They dropped the ball and screwed the pooch on that one. Ended up doing the appointment with the primary care provider, who was the one that I conveniently was not allowed to see in person the one time. And then he wants to put me on a drug that's for diabetics. He wants to have me do it for weight loss. And reading up on it, basically, in order for it to work at 5 pounds a week, supposedly, I had to take a shot daily just to lose 5 pounds a week, possibly, potentially. And no more sugars, no more sodas, which is what I drink a lot of. Don't get a chance to drink much coffee, and let's not forget the fact that I can't even occasionally enjoy a cookie. I think I'm having fun looking like Santa. I like my cookies. Don't get them often, but I like them when I do. Can't even eat fruits. Don't have teeth to go chomping on a lot of steaks and proteins, let alone the money to pay for that kind of stuff. So, yeah, good luck with that one. And then that stuff's formulated into a injector pen. Yay. All those other formulations that can be taken orally, but yeah. my soiree there into VA nonsense. They still don't listen to me on the scooter thing, so once I can figure out the appeals process to appeal to higher authority, I'm just SOL. But luckily, the fundraiser has been getting some traction. Some people want to help and have been helping in their own little ways. So that's appreciated. So, created a new title screen. Hope people like it. There's a little Easter egg there in it. A couple of Easter eggs, but one very specific one. Love it when there are people who got to, but it's a little warmer here in Austin, Texas now. 66.81 Fahrenheit, 19.4 Celsius. Depending on where he is. What else is there to talk about? Lots of people covering politics and different things like that. They know more about what they're talking about than I sure sense to. So I'm not an expert in anything. Oh, then maybe rag chewing. Give me a good conversation. So please come in and give me a good conversation. Be greatly appreciated. I guess everybody's finally getting some good sleep. That's good to know. So, what shall we do? What shall the song is "What Shall We Do with a Drunken Soda?" We do sober with a sober one. Everything's so quiet. Too quiet. Huh. Way too quiet out there. Yeah. Oh boy. If anybody's out there, please say hello. Hmm. I get it. I'm not a popular person. Never have been. Probably never will be. Hello, honey. I see you there. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. At least though I'm out here. Uh, killing time. Overall, YouTube's been quiet lately, other than a select few. Most of us in the veteran community, and a couple of other very popular stuff on a very popular topic that is currently under tone of silence until Monday morning. So people can actually de-stress and not be in distress. That's right. Uh-oh. Let's see how this works out. See, and there you are on camera, honey. Sort of. Put both of us there. Not pull that. Okay. Thought I'd try that for a moment. See how that worked out. No. Apparently that did not work out quite as planned. Yeah. Just trying a couple different fun things. Boogity boogity boogity. Nothing. Well, that just zoomed me in. Zoom me in a bit. Oh, there we go. And nothing but me. That wasn't as far as I wanted it to be. Let's try checking out something else. See how that would work out with this. Everybody can hear, you're hearing that on your end. Probably. Boy, was that loud over here on this end. Not work quite as well. Let's see what happens. So trying this, don't know. Huh. Well, I'm trying here. Eh. See that button. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Still just doing whatever. Hmm. That could be kind of fun. I don't know if anybody's hearing me because I'm not getting any feedback, but there's that. That one's that. I know that ain't gonna work for darn. It, that'd be about the only thing it'd be good for. Oh boy. Okay. Now the camera don't want to work too well for me. Yay. There's that one. Hey, Hose, how you doing? Hey, Hose Picker. I'm just fiddling around bored. Seeing what I can and can't get away with, which isn't much. only do so much for free. Itchy nose. So, are you just beginning your day, hose? Or is it one of those? Me and the daughter just watched it tonight. It was hilarious. Pretty cool. You have a Wonder Woman? It don't work that way. And there was Krampus and his Krampites. Or crampons. Depending upon which way you look at that one. And let me guess, the movie you just finished was Red One? It's not. I don't want to ruin it for you. Yeah, like most of his movies. But I think he didn't do too bad. But I mean, see, I don't think there's too many movies he's in that he doesn't end up in a fight. I mean, yeah, I mean everybody wants to see The Rock fight, but come on now. I mean, when Hulk Hogan guested on A Team, it wasn't always about fighting, wrestling, or whatever. But asking a wrestler who was acting, seriously, I don't know who to shoot more, YouTube or Verizon. I start having connection. It never fails. I don't have a single connection issue at all. Well, I had some problems beforehand, before I even started the stream, but literally, somebody comes in here to actually view my stream, and then I start having, oops, connection issues. So, I just, you know, I mean, at least in Red One, he's doing more acting versus acting fighting. And it was kind of fun to see him get laid out there for a moment. For anyone who's not too familiar, it's available for free on Amazon Prime with Prime membership right now. So plug that. Like I get paid by them for anything. Okay, okay. So, what do you think of the new thumbnail, hose, for my Kickin' It streams? Allow for the delay and stream delays. Or did I lose you? It's possible. Or did you have to go back out and look? The thumbnail would have been when it first popped up, or when you go to the channel to see it. But I found a little free AI thing. Well, use a little AI thing to help create it. I get the right kind of image started, and then I took that image and then modified it a little bit. If you're on a phone or computer screen, it might be hard to see everything. But if you have a bigger screen, you can see there's a couple little Easter eggs up in the windows. Although Restream's little logo blocks one of them a little bit. So what else are you up to? I mean, this whole thing's about coming and chatting and hanging out and pre-show, after show, whatever. The other of our other favorite people, Spawn Trooper and Vet Nation. Which one? He did a couple of them. I believe he's got one version that is the story that everybody does, and then there's a couple other things that he's in. I think there's even one or two where he actually plays Santa. Which is again. There we go. The restreams free Christmas music for the season. AI generated. I think it was a good one too. Considering it was basically a double plot twist. One, Krampus, and then two, them coming to assist at the North Pole. And I will say the script was pretty well written. I was a little upset / perturbed that Santa was so skinny, but it is what it is. Well, there is a slapping contest out there, so and Krampus knocked, yeah, the Krampus slop versus the Krampus knocked. Every night is Krampus knocked, yeah. And I think that was more of a twist from the slap games that's become quite popular on YouTube and stuff like that. So I had never heard of that before. And there was a couple of little small bonuses that I watched there after the movie, and they mentioned how they did a little twist to some of it. How they took some traditions and kind of twisted them on their head a bit. No, that it is actually a competition, like arm wrestling competitions. That yeah, there is a slapping competition, males versus males and females versus females, and yeah, I think there's even one short where uh, the one lady goes into it looking more Asian, and then basically after she gets slapped, she looks a lot more white. So, as well as getting knocked out. Tossing a caber. Um, Familiar with some things, but not all of them. That sounds familiar. Ugh. But I mean, the squaring up and everything that was done at the table and the Krampus slop thing was very much what you see on the slapping competition. So I don't know. I'm not like Skipper or Spawn Trooper and an expert at stuff. I just have general knowledge, and even that's a bit lacking sometimes. Ah, I know the Scots have their stone toss and different things like that. Yeah. So I don't know the traditions of all the different games out there or histories, but so it could be something that was a Krampus slap thing to start with, and it's now that competition, or it just could be a couple of drunks got together and started that. Next thing you know, it's popular. Like the X Games. Skateboarding and snowboarding competitions and stuff. I don't know. And the funny thing is, the main time I have to be able to do live is like there Friday night into Saturday morning, but nobody's around. Uh, Otherwise, if they were around, then you have them doing their own lives. Fun, fun, fun. All I can do is go live and hope people show up. But I'm glad you do host. Uh, and my light's on a lot. skipper streams are the ones I seem to miss sometimes. That's when I try to catch a little bit of a nap, but I never know if he's going to stream or not. Because it's morning coffee. Well, some people, it hurts way deep down, but we're not going to go there. There are just some people that it's not so, they're just, that it's not self-serving and mean, and it's not an option. But I will say I can't wait to see some of the stuff for Christmas in the Creek. That's a few days away, if I'm not mistaken. So it'd be nice to see those videos and stuff as they put them out. From Madame Mayor's adventures and what to do in Willis and them. I watched some of last year's stream. I don't remember if it was before or after or whatnot, but yeah. If there's anyone else here, please feel free to speak up, say hello, let me know you're here. Don't forget the thumbs up or thumbs down, like and dislike buttons. Subscribe if you're not. But yeah. Yeah, be honest, as I do it live. There's probably going to be somebody that does it live, if not a couple of them, from different angles. But then you have the problem is that's also something else that becomes kind of difficult and fun. You want to support your favorite YouTubers, and then by giving them the watch hours. But especially if they're live and you want to be part of their streams, it's kind of hard when you try to support both of them at the same, two or more at the same time. Unless you got some really good bandwidth. And I think that's kind of one of the things that's kind of wrong with the algorithms, especially for those that are able to be monetized and stuff. Is it's like, okay, are you gonna watch from? Well, here's an example: Mr. Coop and Georgie, or Tug and Megan. Are you gonna watch from? Well, I like how Tug and Megan are doing it. They're doing it on one or the other's channel when they're streaming. Not generally both at the same time, but like Mr. Coop and Georgie is literally they're both streaming from both of their channels at the same time, which is nice, for those that don't go to the other channels. But if you do go to both, yeah, you almost have to have one muted and just running in the background, while watching and interacting from the other side. My watch hours are still pretty low. of what I've gotten on here. In the last 28 days, this is 12.6 watch hours. Channel analytics overall. Lifetime watch hours is 124.5, 3,439 views. Just being here and interacting makes a difference. It helps say, yes, I'm out here, and basically other people who like the same things you do, YouTube will suggest every little bit counts. Interactions count, whether it's interactions inside the chat or comments afterwards. Comments that say my beard looks straggly, or I look like a messed up Santa or whatever. But it all counts, and okay, yeah, it has made a difference then. I don't think I had that many hours a couple days ago. It all counts in the stats, and then, like I said, what YouTube will do is all the different channels you like to go to. It'll suggest my channel to people who watch similar channels. The more people that come in that are, say, What the Hell fans, or Veteran Nation, especially Veteran Nation Spawn Trooper fans, the more people that come in that are into the rolling conversations like this and stuff, YouTube will see, okay, these people like this kind of content, so we'll suggest this too, to those same people. And as far as Facebook goes, well, Facebook is just a matter of basically all the people that I've got on my friends list actually seeing me being online at the same time and coming and saying hello, if they're not busy doing other things. So that's the main gist of it, and that's why I turn around and I try and do this little thumbnail thing, because I think that tends to help some, or starting to help a lot with, as far as YouTube looks at it, or so it's been suggested to me, is some sort of thumbnail title screen that's not just part of the stream itself. It makes a little more sense to some people. I don't know. And yeah, as Skipper's mentioned, doing like shorts and things like that. But as far as this stream goes, I don't really have anything I can make. I don't really know of anything that would make any good shorts. Because at least the Kickin' It streams are more hanging out. I'd love to be more like, since not everybody wants to use Discord or, socialize elsewhere, this is it's very country, very Western. That's why I did it. I mean, I got a radio in there because the ham radio part of it. Because my ham radio license, call letters on there, and I mean, you only get so many free tries a day to try and get that algorithm to kick out something you want, and over half of them were misspelled. And then I thought, or I added extra words that weren't very helpful with what it was creating. So Yeah, I have a cowboy hat, as you see in this little picture of me. Uh, so whether or not I can generally fit in my boots, it depends upon whether I've got my swelling down from the edema. But yeah, but that's my general sort of a country attitude on how I do things. So I mean, heck, there was one image. There was one image I liked a lot that the AI kicked out, but the problem was it had the toes of a second boot underneath the radio, sticking out of the bottom of the radio. Sort of. Since I live in an RV and the steps broke, from under the weight, we've actually got some boards that we've got kind of like a ramp to make it a little easier to get for ingress and egress into the RV, into the living quarters side. Uh, I don't have any ramps set up on that trailer yet, but my goal is to at some point actually go over to Lowe's or Home Depot and have them cut some for the main entry step, where the steps normally are. Cut some boards that are actually the proper width and length that I would need, like what we're doing now, which is where they go out, like when we're parked next to a sidewalk. I mean, yeah, it's a little steeper when we're parked next to, if we're just parked at a campground or something like that, with not a raised curb, you know, but have them go out far enough, and then one solid board instead of currently two on the RV side that can shove in there, and and then do some like non-skid paint or something on it and things. And good morning, Panorama. If you want to join me, the link is the same as it was last time, if you still have it. Uh, I don't know if it's Restream hates me or Verizon hates me. Just had the reconnection issue again. And I just got my fresh batch of internet from Verizon. So I'm on the high speed section, so I don't get it. And who is Have, and why do we want to be like them? I almost thought about trying to do that in the thumbnail image as well, but something told me that if I tried to ask that little free AI to do some uh, generator that I was using to try that, it would, yeah, it would have really messed it up. But either one of you are welcome to come on stream with me if you want. Just hang out and chat. So far, I've been able to keep the Kicking It streams join link the same. Okay. Well, the video of you cleaning that keyboard wasn't that long. But I get it. Dropping in is nice to have. So. Are you talking about that keyboard? Yeah, some of them are built pretty cheaply these days. And that's why, yeah, I'm not creative enough really. I mean, yeah, I have ideas I could do for content, but oh man, I don't have the gumption to do it. Because the way I'd have to set up and do this and do that, and yeah, boy. But yeah, I'd rather just have a hangout place here, you know. Our buddy Spawn, he's not doing a stream right now, and Skipper won't be up for a couple more hours at least. So anybody else that's on the overnight, early morning crew, or or is awake elsewhere in the world, hang out, chat, talk. Poke fun at each other. As long as being nice in front of the corners. Okay, hoes. See you later. Enjoy your Kelsey Grammer movie. Or should I say Frasier? Speaking of which, I think they're doing a return to Frasier type thing. I don't know. A reboot. Like Fuller House was. Sorry. But Daniel, I think you need a magnifying glass or some better glasses. You were just about kissing that keyboard in the video. Uh, just a suggestion. Because some people, what ends up in the keyboards, you don't want to be that close to. Uh,
Are you playing music?
yeah, the little AI Christmas music here. It's not like I'm a music artist and do all that kind of fun stuff. I mean, I could try to sing for folks. But yeah. And it did it to me again. I'm back. Anybody else hiding out there?
Really?
Oh boy, the putty tat's in the. Somebody wound the putty tat up. Yeah. A total putty tat. Looks like I'm over here by myself. Nothing new, but
That's a ghost solution.
I am the ghosting machine. I think basically both Daniel and Hose disappeared on me. No. Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing that, Daniel. I didn't. The last time I was there, I wasn't one, but that's okay. It's all right.
Ouch. Stupid leg cramp.
Believe it or not, I've got a couple of people set up as mods on my channel that have never been to my channel yet. Maybe someday they'll show up and collect their pretty blue wrench. Okay, folks.
You hear me?
Okay.
Now you know what I'm talking about?
That's my phone.
Need refills?
I'm good. Yeah, those are good for the moment.
Onion. In the way, please.
Do you want to go? Oh, you want? Okay, I gotta turn the camera on. I gotta turn the camera on if I got a fuzzball.
Wait a minute.
Just give me a second. The fuzzy ball, please. Good stuff. What did you? Right? You know, look at those cheekies. Look at those cheeks. Yeah,
Nobody likes the kitties, okay?
that's a distinctive cheeky bone you got.
The kitty is not liked.
We've got lightning bolts for cheekbones.
Kitty don't like.
Don't ya? Ah, Funny, fun, fun. What to talk about? What to talk about? Anybody here to hang out and talk about anything? Sky is brown. Uh, No, you don't have to wait. Yeah, you gotta wait that. You like to get under feet and in the way. Still got a little over an hour, almost an hour and a half before cartoons start. Saturday morning cartoonies. Cartoonies. Okay, did you see? Yeah, that's how I went off. What is that? Onion. Tag. Your cheeks. Cheeks. Oh, come on, this will be worth a couple of views or comments. Got a kitty cat. You're trying to get down now? All right, bye. Bye. See ya. Older RVs. Yeah. Oh, we'd have some Christmas decorations up by now, but now that we got a pretty cat, not wise.
Well, excuse me, Onion. I did not mean to step on the tip of your tail. Do not put it under my foot.
He's still there, Daniel. More than welcome to say something, chat something, or if you left, I hope you have a good rest. Alrighty then. Is he filling it right now?
Did you do that?
What, her climb up there? No, she did that on her own. I look, she's swatting at the bag now.
You know what, Yum Yum? You know what Yum Yums do you? Yeah?
No, not yours, Ruby.
Meow. I just a little fuzzy face. Fuzzy face. Fuzzy face. Yeah, I love you, 2 pounds of berry.
Not even 2. It's like 1.5 pounds. I think Ruby wants a refill too.
I already gave her water and food.
Yeah, there she goes. Yeah, but Ruby's food isn't cat food.
Well, she's not a cat.
I know.
Even though she thinks she is, but she's not. Even though she thinks she's a people.
Well, if anyone else is here, please, hello. Say hello. I hope you like and say hello in return. Let me know you're here.
Hi, I'm here.
Well, I know you're here, dear, but you're here. You're not there here. Either that or YouTube just being funny with me on the numbers. I never know. Actually, I think I'm beginning to get the hints that when I have a connection issue if someone actually shows up and says hi. Oh, there goes the fur ball. The little one.
Buy onion chip.
There you are.
Would you like to move? Can you move? Please.
Onion. Little cat. That's my leg.
Well, I just got her tail because I'm trying to get through and she don't want to move. And it's like, can you move? She wonders why she gets her little tail squashed every now and then. Her tail's longer than her whole dang body. Just like Scooby Doofus. Hello. How you doing?
I can't see the cat. But
I see you. She's trying to hide in the shadows.
He spotted something to play with. Alright. If there's anyone here, say hello. Please, I'd like to know you're here. Hello. Let's hang out. Let's chat. Whoop, that's what you can. I'll put it back to you there. There, honey, now you can wave. People can see your smiley face. Your smiley morning face. Okay, your Grinch teeth. Uh, okay, Ruby. I think YouTube's lying to me. Or YouTube's lying to Restream, which, yeah. How did the chat hang up? Nope. Chat did not hang up.
Not my phone.
Oh, boy. Hang out for a little bit longer, and if anybody else shows up, or if anybody else goes live, how would I even try to redirect anywhere? Or is there even a place to do that? Oh boy. Okay. Must not be a feature for freebies. years. I don't know. I did not want to do that. Ay, ay, ay. Something to play with later, I guess. Ay, 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 ay. Was there anybody still here? Or did I scare you away? Almost scared everyone away. Oh, tired, Ann. this. Show it. There's the new thumbnail. Mostly AI generated, so yeah, got a couple of fun little things there. Well, hello there, Shannon. Yeah, I apologize if I mispronounced that. Nice to see you over here. Thanks for coming in. Just hanging out. Not doing much of nothing. So. So how are you today? Kind of proud of that new thumbnail up there. So using AI, it took me a few tries to get it close to what I wanted. And then I added a couple of little things in it. Gotta grab the coffee. Or Dr. Pepper, depending on what the case is. Or in my case, when it's not coffee, generic Dr. Pepper sometimes. But right now I'm doing the coffee. I can see the coffee cup a little better. This coffee cup, anyways. So. Yeah, just hanging out. Hoping people may, hoping folks like yourself would stop by, just chat and have a little fun. Nothing too special in discussion departments. It's mostly just about getting on, try to get viewership up, try to figure out when's the best time to stream. It can be very, very difficult. Well, I'm in Austin, Texas. According to some other information, 66.88 Fahrenheit or 19.35 Celsius. And kind of a misty rain this morning. Well, all night long, actually, but which is good. They've been under drought conditions for a while around here, so it's needed. A couple of nights ago, it got really cold. So, well, cold for this part of Texas, anyways. So that's what we be dealing with here. I just got a fresh batch of higher speed Verizon internet. In the great state of Iowa. One time I was able to pull into the Iowa 80 truck stop. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to spend too much time there exploring all the fun stuff. It was literally just for my hours of shutdown and get back on the road. Anybody else is here and want to say hello, please do. Don't forget the thumbs up. Helps YouTube tell other people I'm here. And not just hiding in the dark. Well, before we had Verizon, we had Sprint. Yeah, Sprint had their unlimited internet, sort of, but not on the hotspot side of things. And then actually we were stuck with funky things regarding that, especially after the T-Mobile merger. And we were still in Kentucky, and where we were, Verizon and T-Mobile had basically no service. It was like one bar was like 3G. It seemed like it was slow, super slow. We switched to Verizon a couple years ago now, and all the devices are pretty much paid off that we have now. But you would think they would have better service here in a major city. It's not just a major city; it's the state capital of Texas, of all places. But no, it's really cruddy service, which is why Austin, Texas is one of the 5 or 6 cities in the country that is basically jam packed with Starlink. Starlink, Starlink has Austin, Texas on the for those that are doing the residential stuff on the waiting list. We're full time RVers, and yeah, we just can't afford the upfront cost of the equipment. And that was a vehicle driving by. Ugh. Like someone else may have dropped in. If, if the numbers I'm seeing are halfway correct, but yeah, you say hello. Let's hang out. Let's talk. You've got questions. I've got answers. They may not match the questions though. And then there's that. It's kind of I know somebody's popped in onto the YouTube chat. All of a sudden, I lose connection briefly. It makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah. I think I was seeing one thing where, believe it or not, San Antonio and Austin might, if it was on one of the local stations or if it was on the Fox Weather Channel thing where they were talking about the areas of possibly getting a white Christmas this year. Uh, believe it or not, Dallas was not part of it, but San Antonio and possibly Austin were. We'll see how that plays out. In fact, let me see. My other computer here. Oh, Linux can be kind of fun. Let's see. Refresh the forecast. It's not so much that. See, and I know this from years ago. Uh, what was that Super Bowl weekend? They had that big ice storm, snow and ice up near Dallas one year. Let's see, that was well, that was almost quite a few years ago. I'll put it that way, more than a decade ago. Um, Most part, weather's looking kind of nice, other than a little bit of rain here and there. Uh, but no, is that Texas is not. Oh, see, up north, the states have the salt and plow equipment. Texas does not. Not you know because I mean it'd be a waste of. In general, they consider it would be a waste of resources. Why buy a bunch of trucks that you might pull out 3 times a year at best, or once a year, 3 years in a row, and then not use them again for 10, 15 years? Uh, and have the equipment sit. So, so they really don't have the pre-planning and logistics set up for handling major events. The one incident I'm thinking of off the top of my head, I forget what year it was. It was in the late 90s, after I was out of the service. It was around, I think, right around 99, 98, 99, 2000, right somewhere in there. That big ice storm in Dallas, I believe it was when they were hosting the Super Bowl or something like that, over that weekend, or some sort of game. But I remember there was a big ice storm. They barely got it de-iced in the major metro area, but once you went out of the side of the metro area, there was nothing was salted or anything. And because I know I was traveling up to where my uncle, uh, where an uncle of mine was living, and people can still die, but they die from freezing to death, or going off into a ditch or something. But I mean, yeah, stuff still happens, but I mean, it's not like that one year where the blizzard made it all the way down to like Georgia and shut down the interstate. I believe it was, when you had lots of people stranded. And stuff happens. I mean, yeah, most Texans just know not to drive on the stuff unless they do have the winter driving experience. And even then, it's even those that know how to drive on snow and ice, like say, what was normally a 45-minute drive for me took me like 2.5 hours to drive up out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area up closer to Red River side of things, coming to the state line. And part of that was because I was driving a van that had rear wheel drive with no weight on the back end. So it was literally like, and no cruise control. That we don't want to use cruise control on bad roads, anyways. But yeah, literally, I was feathering the gas pedal or throttle, how you want to refer to it. I was feathering it the whole way, finding right at that maximum edge of, okay, where am I going to start? Where's the slippage at? I'm not going to start slipping and sliding, and it still took me a good while. And if you're familiar with Texas, I was basically heading from the Dallas side of the metro and went up 35, and then was heading west. Basically, I was going halfway between Gainesville and Wichita Falls, over that way. And like I said, what normally would have been a 45-minute drive any normal summer, any normal Texas day, it ended up, maybe a little over an hour drive if it was raining. It took me like 2.5 hours to pull off that one year. That was a long time ago. And that was before I had a commercial driver's license and really learned how to chain up and all that other fun stuff. But I did have some winter driving experience up in Oregon by that point, so that's where I got some experience. That and growing up in Texas, I learned to drive and learned to drive stick. It's manual at the same time on gravel roads. So I say I like driving. I do. That's a pretty decent route to have. Not as bad as West Coast or East Coast. Now the biggest, back to the point of Texas, people dying in Texas in the winter is, like I say, it's freezing, and usually the ice storms are the worst things that really get people. Like that big one that happened a couple of years back that took out power to most of the state. Ever since then, generators are not cheap. People know to have backup generators now. And before, what good the backup generator if basically your trailer gets thrown off by a tornado, taken away by a tornado. Well, that generator would have been nothing but flying debris anyways. And I have my own comments regarding some of that, which is well, Texas has their stuff together one way. It's just snow and ice is just low on the priority list. I mean, like you got some states where, a lot of states, all new construction, and Texas is doing this with a lot of their new construction, burying a lot of the lines and stuff, so they're less likely to be destroyed by storms. For example, I mean, how can you plan for, like, what happened, the forest and park area where we're parked at, where we're hanging out at here, used to be housing subdivisions, and they had the once in 100-year floods. And the rest of the time it's been drought, but now the main thing, the power grid itself, all across the country the power grid needs help. First things first, we got to buy them back from Spain. The majority of the big power companies are owned by a conglomerate out of Spain. Pretty much all of the power companies, Edison, Niagara, RG&E, and a couple others up in New York State. They're all owned by uh, a company in Spain. I forget, that's Pedrola or something like that. And it's just like that whole bit that was about part of the toll roads up there around Chicago. We didn't want any foreigners owning the pavement. You know, and especially I think it was that bridge up there by Chicago that was the biggest thing. The toll bridge there was where that got a little bit of grief. But yeah, Espadrola or something like that is the name of the Spanish company. But yeah, if your utility bill, especially for natural gas and electric, has a little tricolored little droplets as part of the logo, yeah, it's owned by that company. That's part of their logo. They're doing business as all these others, National Grid, these other names that are there in New York State. And then they petitioned the state Public Utilities Commission to raise the rates. No matter how many people, even though people showed up in mass to protest, to sit there and say, no, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. They still raise the rates anyways. And don't improve a darn thing. I mean, Texas, though, I do like one thing that the more rural counties and things like that, more rural areas of Texas, you have the co-ops, which is more locally owned. And you can do a little bit better that way. But, yeah, they need to do more of the co-op type setups elsewhere. I find I have opinions and knowledge a little bit about lots of things. But generally can't do too much about it. All for naught. If anybody else is here, don't be shy. Say hello. Let me know you're here. Join in on the conversation. I don't bite. No teethers. So, might bark a bit, but no bites. Yeah, if it wasn't for the problem of governments wanting money, the co-ops are able to do what they do in the more rural areas with small town, real small, smaller towns. But you get around a large city like Austin, yeah, Austin has their own Austin Energy, but who's to say that's not just in name only with the city name? Which more than likely it is. I wouldn't know for sure because I don't get a bill from them, but I know my brother does. But my brother that lives there in Austin does. I mean, and he kind of personally, I think he kind of goofed up on his solar setup. And he made sure that he was lucky enough to get solar in his HOA, because he's one of the initial builds in that area. But he didn't at least get backup batteries to the solar. It just feeds back to the system, so it's not like So if the power goes out there in his HOA, even he's goofed. There's no way for him to actually use his own solar. He's nothing but a tool for the power company. And yeah, it keeps his bills down as long as the grid's up. But yeah. But it is what it ain't. Overall, there's just too much foreign investment into U.S. stuff has got everything completely discombobulated. Yeah, if you can, if I were to do a solar setup, I would have batteries. Now, the problem with the state here in Texas, and I found this out firsthand having marine deep cycles in the RV, is that I mean, yeah, I would probably do a lot better if they were lithiums, but yeah, the Texas heat tends to dry out traditional gel cell or AGC batteries. So you have to really keep on top of that if you can. I know there's one. I don't know if they're still selling it, but there's one marine deep cycle battery that AutoZone's been selling that you cannot check and refill it. The cells, but it's an AGC battery. And it has generally a 1-year warranty on it. And if you're smart, basically generally about 6 months later, especially hooked up to a solar panel and Texas heat, it will charge and discharge and evaporate off. But yeah, if we had the money, that's one of the things I would do is I would set up like the RV carport, have solar panels on the roof of that, like a carport, lean-to, shed, tin roof, whatever, and then have backup batteries and be as off grid as possible, or at least off normal grid as possible. Still would do cell phone and preferably Starlink or whatever, but yeah. But I would also get at least some wind turbinage type stuff going on too. Some wind generators as well. Because generally, at least in the daytime, if you don't have sun, it usually involves a storm, which storms usually involve wind. Then I've also had some other creative ideas that were kind of like the old, what would that be referred to as? Like on the old show, Little House on the Prairie, a couple seasons in, when they had the lumber mill that used water to spin the water wheel. Doing something kind of on a smaller scale using, rain and rain gutters where it would do something like that. And you can still catch and then collect your rainwater when you get it into a cistern setup or whatever. But yeah, These are ideas I come up with in my own little noggin. Also thought of ways to, with that kind of combination as well, we're trying to do a cheaper electric car. But, self-charging electric car in a way. Where, like using, in my head, back then I was thinking like the old, what they called the K cars. I forget the model, but yeah. Kind of shaped like a K for the four-door sedans, but they had those little fake wing, little vents on the, what was that, C-pillar. And be like, oh, that'd be kind of cool if you ran, to where water or wind could catch them and spin that, spin them. Help generate electricity. Maybe a little drop wheel on the ground, like a small little wagon or bicycle tire. I know in the 80s, that 80s, yeah, that was 80s. I had one of those little generator wheels, where I could run turn signals and lights off of a bicycle. And I was like, well, what if that idea was, expanded into that kind of a method for electrical charging? But, my thoughts, as random as they are, that's the problem. I have way more creativity and very few funds, and wouldn't be surprised if a lot of stuff hasn't already been thought of and created by other people. There's probably already patents on pretty much everything. I think of stuff, and there's probably already patents out there for that stuff. And I sure as heck can't draw worth a darn, so it's not like I could draw and do schematics and things like that. Yeah, kind of a similar concept, but instead of you pedaling, basically having a drag wheel off the back of a older car that's had the motor removed and electric motors put in with batteries for storage, backup batteries, storage batteries. And of course, there's the fun part of being an amateur radio operator and how much RFI you would get crossed over into radios trying to do a setup like that. It could be kind of interesting to see what would happen. But if you could also take those same little bike generator things and even have them going off at least the non-steerable tires on a car. And so you got a drop wheel, plus you got your regular wheels, all turning little mini, all these little generators, generating electricity into the system. And then how hard would it be to, remove the weight of the main metal? Because if you ever open up the hood of your car, you can see across the framing. Well, if you replace that top piece of sheet metal with solar panels, you got your hood. You also kind of do the same thing with the roof and the trunk lid, for solar. Where then you have solar all the way across, using things like little vent wings or whatever to catch rain, where they can catch rain, either coming across or vertical and stationary, and rain and wind to catch little wheels, Man, it's a lot of ways to capture the energy, but it gives you more than one method. too many people get stuck on one method. Oh, solar. Oh, wind. One or the other. And then there's the potential you could end up catching too much energy if you're not careful. And then, there would be times where you wouldn't catch any at all, but for the most part, if you're moving, you're at least recapturing some of that energy. So if you lighten the weight of the vehicle, your the whole rolling resistance issue is reduced a bit. And then I also thought of some other things too regarding RVs. This was more of a recent thought, but how cool would it be in an RV to basically have, well, like a lot of cars have the sunroofs, and you have the little slider cover to help protect from sunlight. I've thought a couple of different methods, but how cool would it be if in the daylight when the sun's out, that slider piece that covers to protect you from the light is a solar panel, and then be able to slide it out the way, like you do in your car, in cars and trucks or SUVs, and actually have a sunroof or moonroof, however you want to refer to it. And there's transparent plexiglass on the roof. Or wouldn't mind also seeing at some point a more transparent, translucent solar panels, where you wouldn't even need the slider piece. And then you've got the whole electrical charged frosted glass techniques and stuff like that you can do to darken it if you want to sleep, if you're one of those that sleeps in the daytime. Like I said, my brain thinks this. And Elon Musk, have you ever catch wind of this? It hasn't been done already? Hey, kickback would be nice. I suppose he's supposed to be venturing off into the RV foray, into doing some cheap RVs, or so some YouTube videos have been put out there stating as such, but when you think about it, and the whole mission to Mars and what he wants to do with that, it makes sense, to work that direction. At least in my opinion. But of course, my opinion means nothing. And I was up to 3, and that's just 2. So do I have trolls hiding in the background? But these are simple thoughts that I think would be kind of cool. But yeah, especially if Elon Musk does an all electric, EV, ERV, an EV RV. Or an EV motorhome, I want to refer to it. But yeah, those are kind of things my brain thinks that, that would be kind of cool that you did this, they did this or did that, do they make a because I think I remember seeing years ago where somebody was talking about doing translucent, transparent solar panels. I could be wrong. Actually, I probably am wrong. I don't think I'm the first person to ever think of it, but that would be a purpose, to where at night you can see the stars. You can look up at the stars like you're in, like you're camping in a tent, but you're protected from the elements. And as the sun comes up, just a little A little sensor automatically closes it off or frosts it over, tints it, and boom, you can sleep in peace without being blinded by the morning sun. In my opinion, I have creative thoughts. Just implementation is always difficult. Yeah, granted, I'm on the side of Austin, it's closest to Bastrop, home of Tesla and everything. But mm, I thought of it'd be how cool would it be for a heavy duty, because I need a heavy duty mobility scooter, a lightweight heavy duty mobility scooter using Tesla tech. And how cool would it be for a mobility scooter that could basically self attach to a Tesla vehicle, whether the Cybertruck or the S3 X and Y models, to where it can self attach, and it already has built in camera and stuff like that, to where it can add, for the scooter is lightweight and has the camera type setups that the cars have, to where, and then it self attaches and becomes literally kind of joins up with the Tesla vehicles, the cars or the Cybertruck, a little hitch, it has a little articulating little self mount or grabber, to where it either goes into a little hitch and throws the pins like a 2-inch receiver like you got, or whatever. You just push a couple buttons and then boom, it connects up, it attaches itself, and then also, and because of the sensors and everything that are on it, it basically syncs up to the car. So, which could also recharge the scooter at the same time when you're plugged into the EV stations or whatever. That I know nobody's thought of really, but how cool would that be? But for me to enjoy something like that, first I'd have to have a Tesla vehicle. Second, I would have to have be their test subject. I'd do it in a heartbeat. But heck, I'd love to be able to test out some of their EVRVs if they ever come up with one. Do that with a tow behind Cybertruck or something, and have that sit. I'd be in my heyday. Where all self charges off of solar and be more off grid. I mean, we already have, somebody's already created the humidity reclamation for water, where it takes the ambient humidity and converts it into water, into a water system. So many gallons, I've seen that implemented into some RV build, travel trailer builds and stuff like that. Well, the scooter itself, mobility scooter itself, wouldn't really have to be too much of a transformer, but to have some features that do transform a little bit, and you could turn around and, it'd be kind of cool if it kind of matched the aesthetics of, the Cybertruck. If you had the Cybertruck and then the Cyber scooter, to where when the Cyber scooter attaches to the back end of the truck or whatever, or to the front end, because so you don't remove that potential for using the hitch. It would be kind of. You do have transforming scooters. You do have a lot of travel mobility scooters that fold up and will, fold down to the size of a suitcase almost for travel. Can fit in a trunk or whatever. But none of them, are heavy duty. And with the advances in technology Granted, Tesla is one of the biggest ones. Elon Musk is one of the biggest ones because of what he's been able to do with the Cybertruck and the sturdiness of the metal, lightweight but sturdiness of the metal. They're already in the prime position. I don't know if you can hear me. Nope. They're already in the prime position there we go. They're already in the prime position for I was saying Ford saying they're coming out with scooters. But yeah, Tesla's, but the Cybertruck's already in the prime position to do a lightweight, heavy duty transportable scooters. But yeah, sorry, I was making sure my microphone's working right. And then again, might not even matter. I don't know which one's hooked up. What I do know is that there are very few heavy duty scooters. Yeah, I'm seeing good audio there. Okay, yeah, there's heavy duty scooters out there, but they just don't have the power to climb a hill for the heavy duty. I mean, you got chairs and you got the little tank tracks and stuff like that where you can get, which costs a whole ton of money. I mean, where I said to get to the closest main road and to the closest transit bus stop, you have to climb a pretty steep hill. Most scooters, even most of the heavy duty scooters cannot climb the hill. If you've ever had to use, I'm not saying you've had to, John, but I've had to use the carts at Walmart, the electric carts. Walmart and HEB, when they have them. That's always been a big fight. But it's another reason why I need scooters. I go there and 99% of the time, they don't have any because they've all been destroyed or stolen. But half the time, they can't even get over the lip at the front door, let alone the bricks heading to the parking lot. And that's with like a 70-80% charge. So, yeah. Not easy. And if I was back to when we had our car, that's another reason for needing something that's lightweight but can handle heavier weights, heavy duty weights, is because the car that we had before that was swapped out for this trailer. Ooh. On one hand, I wish I didn't do that, but I didn't have much of a choice. The hitches available for it could only support at maximum was a Type 2 hitch, which could only support 200 pounds hitch weight. The lightest weight heavy duty scooter I could find with the seat on it and the batteries on it, it was around 250 pounds. So, yeah. frustrating. And there's the fact now that I'm restricted to the RV. And even most of the time I was in the RV anyways. I have to go all the way across. I have to go from the back 40 of a Walmart parking lot just to even get to the front door of the store. Not fun. And then to get all the way to the front door of the store and then find out they don't have any electric carts. And of course, when you go to use an electric cart, all the newer ones especially, are geo restricted and will not make it all the way back out to the parking lot, back to where I'm parked. Let alone having employees willing to go chase them down that far. So, well, the Walmart ones, it's not so much their batteries don't keep in charge; it's that they're, basically if they have working electric carts, as they call them electric carts, basically the shopping scooters, is that once they're charged and unplugged in the morning, 9 times out of 10, they don't get plugged back in until they go dead. And then they are under constant use. And a lot of times that constant use is by people who don't need them. I'm not saying, people that are super obese and bad knees. I'm considered really obese. My knees aren't the greatest, but I've got balance issues. But, they're... Hi, host. Welcome back. It's kind of hard to nod off to to Kelsey Grammer. And a lot of people would, but I mean, you got $1 or $2 you can kick to the yes and go. That's helpful too. It all adds up. I mean, literally, for example, if I was a grifter, if every single one of the people that follow the infamous person over there with his 750,000 plus followers, if every single one of them did 50 cents or a quarter, heck, probably even just a quarter, like my Give Send Go, or even just half of them did a quarter, I'd have enough to get a scooter. So little bits add up. It doesn't take much. And stamps cost more than a quarter these days. For anybody that still uses snail mail. Remember when it was here's a quarter, call someone who cares? Or drop a dime on someone? But, good old payphones. There are a few of those around anymore. But, I'm just talking about creative ideas regarding scooters. Yeah, I could use one. I really could, I need one, but oh, there's gonna be some streams going on for Christmas in the Creek. I'd say probably the two people to watch the most on that would be Madam Mayor's Adventures, Brett and Therese, or Travis and It's What You Do in Willis channel. Well, his name's Travis. But those are going to be the two I would say would be the best ones to watch for, be subscribed to catch their live streams on. No. That I believe is supposed to be the. I thought they said the 17th, but it would be the weekend, which would be, I guess, today. They're doing it. Oh no, yeah, it'd be today, the 14th, not the 17th. And I know I'm thinking the 17th, and oops, my bad. I don't need to confuse that. Well, to me, that's a different type of Christmas. A wedding anniversary. They should also be having some other stuff go on too there. All that. The Train Festival, I think is what they're calling it. No. Depends on how good their cell phone batteries and backup batteries are. I'm too far away to have anything to do with that, really, other than watch it with everybody else. But anywho's, let's see, we're doing Christmas cartoons today on MeTV. What? Didn't want to do that. Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. The MeTV cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons. Okay, start off with Popeye and basically end with Bugs Bunny. I think got a pretty good bit here. Is there anything else to talk about? Favorite cartoons or cartoon characters? Verse on the Discord server. Well, the biggest problem with Verizon is they get all these funds and stuff to invest, and then invest in rural communities and better broadband and all this other stuff, and then they don't. Or they say they're doing something and come to find out it's a joke. Looney Tunes, but who's your favorite? There's lots of them. Or would I be better? Or would I have better luck asking who's your favorite Muppet? And don't go Muppet Babies. Marvin the Martian's all right. I know somebody who can do a pretty good, or I used to know somebody who could do a pretty good impression of Marvin the Martian. He was an Air Force vet. What about you, Hose? Or did we lose you? Okay, technically Cookie Monster counts as a Muppet. Part of the Jim Henson Productions. Uh, do you get Me TV over the air there where you're at? I know they recently also created a cartoon channel as well, but unfortunately, it's available over the air in San Antonio, but not in Austin. Go figure. Austin to Grouch. Uh, Air Force. Uh, That's begging for more details a little bit, but okay. Is it because they refused to do what the VA wanted? Would actually care about patients, fellow vets? Roadrunner's cool. I always like the little fake Latin genus type stuff that they put there underneath, in the beginning. Wile Coyote, Genius Minimus, or whatever. Roadrunner, Runnicus Faxus. Yeah. Yeah. I think someone else will probably starting up a Saturday morning stream here soon. Again, over Skipper it's still 4 a.m. and I believe our buddy Spawn's taking a hiatus this weekend, which he needs. So, and it took me this long to remember the question I asked that you said that you answered yes to, Sean. And that was the Me TV question. Oh, not as young as I once was. My question: do y'all like coming in here and just hanging out and chill and talking type stream? Talking type of stream, or you prefer the more content and or rants type of stuff? I'll chat about anything, but Totally waiting here for y'all to hear what I said and then type it out and respond. Ready. Also, tell me if you enjoy the free background music. Uh, Top of the morning to you, Lorianne. Welcome. Try being here in Texas where it's winter one morning and it's summer by afternoon. Yeah, sounds like someone who was gaming the system instead. So, okay, yeah, that would do it. Working most of the vets that I've met working at VAs are the ones that are pretty much the only ones that actually do want to help. But they're handcuffed by red tape. Yeah. I don't wish it was April because of the fact being I'll be another year older. I think we might have lost Hose Picker. Might have finally went back and fell asleep. My voice can have a calming, soothing effect. And so that's messed up, but unfortunately, veteran or not, there's too many of them in the system that's all that they're about. Basically, a vet walks in the door that's taken from their wallet. But they want to get paid by the government. But that's also why I have the fights that I have regarding a scooter. Uh, after the 12 days. Yeah, okay. Happy birthday if I don't see you before then. Well, would you use a pillow or a frying pan, Shauna? Like you might have knocked her over the head with a frying pan and Lori kicked her in the butt or something when she came in. I don't know. Revolving door. But that's okay. Even showing up for a few minutes, it's meaningful to me, anyways. Gives me something to talk about besides sitting here, as the saying goes, with a thumb up my butt. Looking stupid. Yeah, so now my beard's not the best, but yeah. uh, I live in an RV, not a barber shop, so. Fun there. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. Just playing around here. And what works, what no. What that's right. Mm, there we go. I like that one. That one's the best. Welcome back, Daniel. And surprise, surprise, I'm still here. Well, I guess not much of a surprise. No one else is. Nobody else is streaming, so. Uh, what did she dump the water out or the grease out of it on you when she stole it? Uh, now, Lori. One good thump is all that's needed. I think y'all are having more fun than I am. Well, anybody else that's here or just showed up, welcome. More just having fun, hanging out, being silly. Don't, for, don't forget to do thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Yeah. I don't want to grow up, because if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. And to think, many kids nowadays won't even know what that is, what that means. Well, go ahead and talk. I don't know what to say too much at the moment. We could have fun, hang out, and talk. Shoot the breeze a bit. Nothing too specific going on. Not at least in my neck of the woods right now, so. It's a little dark 30 outside. Oh, that's good. It's the free AI version of it, so of Christmas music, so on Restream. I'm not rich enough to pay for a full blown account to get the good stuff, so. But then I get outside of the mobility scooter, when it comes to streaming or anything like that, my first investment would preferably be, a better internet connection. So about, get it to me again. Gotta love to hate Verizon. Well, that's good, Daniel. It's always good to be doing something you enjoy. No matter who's watching or not. Yeah. If I didn't mess up something. Probably did. Can't tell. Oh, whatever. So, I'm running out of things to talk about. Well, I've done right now. I'll probably go ahead and wrap up the stream a bit. Almost 3.5 hours. I do definitely thank everybody coming in. Even if it's drop in and leave again. It helps. Want to do this stuff more often. But I know my timing is kind of odd. So, for those that have upcoming birthdays, if I don't see you before then, happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I know that's coming somewhere around here. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Shalom. Hope to do this again soon.